So today we had a fight about one of the problems, and I loved it because everyone was trying to explain with math. In this classroom, we all don't speak the same language, but we can always explain with math, and I thought that was really great today. So here, this was the equation that we had as the do now. So first, let's solve the equation. I draw the line. I get rid of the fraction here. Now the way I get rid of this fraction, I pretend that there's a 1 here, and then I multiply. So I am left with because it's like if I did this times this, and then denominator times denominator. And then I copy the rest. And now I distribute. I give 1 to each piece. I get, hold on, let me make this longer. I get 36x minus 72 minus 18x all over 4 minus 12x plus 4 equals 32. So if I have a fraction here, I need to have a fraction here, here, and here. Necesito el mismo terms. You need to have the same terms. So I put 1 here, and 1 here. Now I can get rid of the denominators, or los denominadores. So I get rid of them by making all the denominators 4, and then I multiply. I get 36x minus 72 minus 18x minus 4 times 12 gives me 48x plus 16 equals 4 times 32 gives me 128. Now I combine the x with the x and the numbers with the numbers, and I get negative 30x. I combine the numbers here, and I get minus 56 equals 128. I add 56 to both sides, and I get negative 30x equals 184. Now I divide both sides by negative 30, and I get x equals 184 divided by negative 30. I reduce, so I divide the denominator and the numerator by the same number, which is 2, and I get negative 92 over 15. So my answer is negative 92 over 15. Now I want to prove that this is the answer. How do I do that? I need to substitute this number in for x everywhere I see the x in the equation, and then I will be able to prove. So let's do that on the next page. So we start with x equals negative 92 over 15, and we're trying to prove that this is the answer. So we start with the original equation. And now, everywhere I see an x, I need to take the x out. This is what we learned about evaluating an expression, and we put the answer in. So now we rewrite the equation with negative 92 over 15 everywhere we had an x. So I write it like this. And now I'm going to check if the, so now using the new value that we substituted for x, I need to see if the left equals the right. If it does, then we are correct. So let's solve. I'm going to multiply these fractions first. Because, just in here, because I need to resolve the parentheses first. Remember, PEMDAS, we'll be using that. So parentheses, let's do that part. So I multiply and I get negative 1004 over 15. So this times this equaled that. Minus 24 over 1, this one here. Minus negative 552 over 15. That was the answer to this one. These are still in parentheses, minus, I multiply these two together, and I get, so I multiply those two fractions, and I get negative 1004 over 15 plus 4 over 1. Equals 32 over 1. I'm still in parentheses. I still have to subtract the fractions, so I'm going to do that. How do I subtract fractions? I need to get the common denominator here. I already have a 15 here. I already have a 15 here. So let's make a 15 here. I get 3 over 4 times. Inside, I get negative 1004 over 15 minus 360 over 15 plus 552 over 15 plus, I copy this one here. Oh, look, I have minus, minus, this turns into a plus. So I just put that plus here. And I get 1004 over 15 plus 4 over 1 equals 32 over 1. So I need to subtract these two here, and I get, and then I need to add, and I get 3 over 4 times negative 912 over 15 plus 1004, I'm just copying this part now, 1004 over 15 plus 4 over 1 equals 32 over 1. So now, following PEMDAS, I don't have any exponents. Obviously, I'm out of room here, so I'm going to take a picture of this, make it smaller, and put it on the next page so you can see. So this is the work from the last page, and I just copied this last piece that we did here. So now I continue. I look at PEMDAS, and I see that we have some multiplication to do, so that's the part that we're up to. I multiply these two here, and I get negative 2,736 over 4 times 15 gives me 60 plus 1,004 over 15 plus 4 over 1 equals 32 over 1. So now I need the same number here, so I'm going to get 60 So I'm trying to make the denominator go away. I multiply the number on the bottom by the numerator, and I get negative 2,736 here, plus 4 times 1,104 gives me 4,416, plus 60 times 4 gives me 240, equals 60 times 32 gives me 1,920. I follow PEMDAS. I do this one first, and I get negative 2,736 plus 4,400. And I get 1680 here plus 240 equals 1920. I add these two together, and I get 1920 equals 1920. X equals negative 92 over 15 is the answer, and we have proven it.